What's up, y'all? Okay, so we have a structure and a framework for understanding how to be good at what you do. I want you to remember this. Purpose plus competence plus accountability equals excellence, okay? So what does that mean? Purpose. You need a goal to work towards, to be able to take one step at a time in the direction of where you're going. So if you want to go from where you are to meet Santa in the North Pole, you need to know how you're going to get to the North Pole. And to even have the goal of going to the North Pole in the first place, and have it be a meaningful goal of wanting to meet Santa and learn about how Santa makes toys and delivers them to the entire world. So now, the next step is accountability. So you have the steps that you need to take and how you're going to do them. And if you're working in a team, this obviously means that everybody has to have the unified understanding of everybody is working together and that all parts are synergistically intertwined to be able to allow the whole organism, the whole process to take place, so that everybody plays an important role. And if you're an individual, or you're working on a personal goal, that means that either you have other people hold you accountable or you're holding yourself accountable. There's simple ways to do this, like tracking your habits, or placing bets with your friends if you don't complete certain things. So there are different ways of setting up basically holds or incentives on you completing the task that you're going to do so that you stay accountable. Ideally, there's what's called extrinsic and extrinsic motivation, and what that means is that whether you are internally motivated because this thing is something that you genuinely want to do that has value, versus extrinsic motivation is that this thing will produce a reward, either obviously for money, or having a nice body, or a relationship, or a car, or a house, or some other kind of time freedom, something like that, where there are all these things that are basically, there's like the means to an end, and then there's things that are an end, or both a means and an end in and of themselves, right? So it's like there's the idea of getting up early in the morning because you get to work on your goals, and you have more time to work on your goals, and you have a better chance of following through, say, on fitness, or on reading a book, or on getting an hour in of extra reading or extra learning, or working on your business, or practicing yoga or meditation, or whatever it is that you do, or being able to prepare a meal for yourself in the morning, or spend time with your family, or whatever it is that you want that extra time to do, of just having, say, as an example, extra time in the morning, right? Then there is also, those would all be the ends, or like getting up early would be means to an end. But then there's the other act, or the other point of it, which is that you just enjoy doing it because you feel good having a regular rhythm of getting up early in the morning, say at the same time. And so that's the example of accountability, basically extrinsic, intrinsic motivation, and how you can basically form a structure around that. The last point is competence. And so competence just means you're good at what you do, right? And so the idea is that we are all good at something, or capable of good at becoming, or capable at becoming good at a lot of things. And so what this means for us is that basically we have the ability to believe in ourselves, and the ability to develop our skills, or the ability to recognize what our skills already are, so that we can use them to our best advantage, right? And be able to help other people learn what their skills are, help other people by sharing our skills, or by, working together on projects that allow us to use our skills to our advantage, right? There's like this whole thing about being overqualified and underpaid, right? Is that there's so many of us out there that have these skills that are underutilized by the companies, say, that we work for, or that we are just unrecognized for whatever it is that we're good at. And so the idea is like there's clearly a spectrum of being able to be good at things, and that the more that you focus on what you're good at and specialize at that, and then develop a framework and a system for sharing that, then you get better at being able to use all of this in unison, so that you include into the competence, the accountability, and the purpose, so that then when those three synergize into your alchemical brew of your entire life and your purpose and your destiny, that you're able to create excellent outcomes. And that's the bottom line. That's the purpose. That's like the essence of this, is that there is excellence which comes from these three essential elements. And this is an idea from Dr. Joe Dispenza. So if you are curious about this, I encourage you to look up Dr. Joe's work, read his book, Becoming Superhuman, and just focus on doing your best work right now. If you are, seeing your goals, let's say, whether it's a month down the line, a year down the line, or even further, that there is pretty much endless trajectory in terms of what you can accomplish and as an individual, and what we all can accomplish on a societal level working together. And so by being able to take one day at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time, that's where it all comes together. And when we create that momentum, that trajectory, and we keep heading in that direction, that's how we get to where we want to go. So, thank you.